In this training, I will go over everything in the Meta Facebook video marketing cheat sheet so you can better understand how to use its strategies and concepts. I suggest you take it, review it, print it out, staple it, and keep it handy. It's information I use with clients and customers and in my marketing. So with that, let's jump right into it. I want to go over the cheat sheet itself so you have a better understanding of exactly how I use it and why I keep it literally printed out near my desk. I do this every year. I compile the information that is working online. I've studied a lot and tested a lot of A/B tests over the years with my own money. Let me explain something to you. When you're playing with your own money, it's not fun to lose, right? It's different if you're an agency and you're running ads for somebody else. You really don't have any dog in the fight. In some regards, as a freelancer per se, or as an agency, it's very easy to say, okay, I'm going to run your ads for X amount of dollars, and if they work, great. If not, I'm still getting paid, right? When you're doing it on your own, different marketing campaigns to see what works, testing out different stuff, and some work great and some bomb terribly, and it sucks when they bomb terribly and it's your money. So I want to go through the stuff that I've compiled for 2023. I've seen this work, and if anything stops working, I will raise my hand and say, hey, this stopped working. I would say this right off the bat. It's been very interesting in the sense of 5-8 years ago, it would be unheard of to film vertically. It makes video people and filmmakers all over the world cringe to think that we have to film vertically. But it's what happened. People didn't turn their phones enough and they started to watch stuff this way. So we started to give them what they want. Here's the cover, obviously. So, page 1. So what you shouldn't do in your posts. This is on the left-hand side, alluding to a disclosure as being a commercial promotion or offer. If you're running this on your own profile, you're going to automatically get degraded. If you're running it on a page, you might be able to get away with this a little bit better. Remember, Facebook is changing. It's trying to push away selling. It's trying to get back to what it's built for, which is its power on which was family and friends, connectivity, engagement, real people engagement. If you want to get real traction with your stuff, you can't just come out of the gate and pitch and pitch and pitch. People will get annoyed. They'll start hiding your posts. They'll start hiding your profile, and then you'll get less traction and less engagement. A lot of fitness and martial arts people were using code 50% off. It's only going to tank your ranking and push your page further down. Don't lead with your offer, lead with the connection. Build trust first. You can ask for sales daily, but do it in a way that gives value first, be it a story, idea, tip, or concept. Give something, then make an ask. I do this in my email marketing a lot. I essentially open up with either value or a story, and then at the end, I segue into a call to action or some sort of pitch. What you should do with your marketing, with your posts, videos, and marketing. Talk about your transformations. You transform lives. Use those transformations as the fuels for your posts and videos. People love stories. We've been connecting via stories forever. So transformations is a real inspirational way to connect with people, to show people, hey, look, I've had people similar to you come through this program, or maybe I came through the program myself and I've had a transformation in my own life. Be emotional. People buy emotionally. We then back that decision up with logic. Everything we do in sales is trying to connect emotionally. People don't buy the Ferrari because they think it's going to hold its value. They rationalize that it's going to hold its value, but they buy the Ferrari because they feel that it's going to make them younger, right? Maybe more women will look at them or whatever the case may be. Be entertaining. We have been entertaining each other since the dawn of time, sitting around campfires, playing drums and dancing. When we were entertained, we leave our current situation for a moment and we become enthralled in what's happening. We are fully present. So if you can entertain people in your posts, in your marketing, and in your videos, you'll have that much better chance of connecting with them. Inspiring. Top videos in YouTube search. One of them happens to be inspiring videos, right? The category of inspiration. Inspire people to be better, to think better, to live better, smile, and the world smiles back. So if you can be inspiring in your videos, that would be a great step towards more engagement and more connection. Tell stories. Everyone loves stories. You have thousands of them. And I was just on a call the other day in my coaching group, Digital Hustler, and we were talking about this specifically. I go around every day thinking about what stories can I use out of this day to tell to my audience, to tell a great story, to connect on an emotional level. And it happens all around you, right? Telling stories that find middle ground with people. Look to find something in common immediately. I go to Starbucks and I see somebody complaining and I think about patience, right? I see a little kid on the mat getting his first stripe and he's elated, right? I think about triumph and putting together and setting out goals and accomplishing things, right? There are stories literally around you all day long. And it's so easy to take those stories and segue them into whatever it is that you're selling. Be funny. Everyone loves a good laugh. If you can be any of the above, funny will make you a ton of fans. People trust you easier when you're funny. Having a comical edge takes the edge off of anything that you're doing, specifically fitness and martial arts, which could be intimidating to a lot of people. And I know this for a fact that when I used to train jiu-jitsu at my first school, at Christopher Bro School, Elite Martial Arts, I remember you used to see that we would buy a bus stop and people used to get off the bus, look in the window, you'd make eye contact with them and they would scurry off, right? So many people would come and stop and watch, but almost nobody would come in because it is intimidating. If you could take some comic relief and you could take the edge off of things, try to do it. Talk about their problems. Spend time knowing and understanding why people come to buy from you in the first place. When you can talk about people's problems better than they can articulate it, they can then trust you and they'll buy from you a lot easier. Spend time figuring out what makes your customer tick. And you can ask them and survey them. It's very easy. Call them, send them emails, send them a survey. Tell them you're going to give them free swag if they answer a couple questions. Maybe even take some long-term customers out to lunch. Just get into their minds and see what makes them tick and why they came to you in the first place. Pay for ads. That's the only way you're going to see real traction with these posts. Organic reach is good, but it's not reliable. Matter of fact, it is one of the most unreliable parts of online, marketing in terms of social media. Some days you can post something and it has immense traffic. And then other days you post something similar and it has no traffic. There's no real rhyme or reason to why things happen. It has a lot to do with the algorithm, the time of day, a little bit of luck. There's a lot of things going on involved, but I will tell you that paid ads you can count on right out of the gate. Organic is great. So I always believe that you should have a two-pronged system in terms of marketing and your approach to connecting with the world and your audience. The first one would be long ball or the war of attrition, right? SEO, organic ranking, blogging, stuff like that. That takes a long time to really see a return, but they will pay in dividends, right? But again, it's not a quick fix. Paid ads is a quick fix. It happens quickly. You could run the ad and within a day or two start to know if this ad's going to work or if it's going to tank. That's why I love to use both. I love to use paid ads, and this cheat sheet will really help you when you're using paid advertisement. And I love to use it alongside of long war of attrition type advertising and building practices like blogging, for instance. Those are the two prongs that we use. We use paid ads and blogging, and then content on social media channels, which really help long-term set the stage for your growth. And then in the short term, the paid advertisement really helps to fill in the gap for the short term. So going to the next page. Okay. On the left-hand side, words never to use in your post. These words will tank your reach and engagement. Do not use them in your copy. Free, freebie, giveaway, win, enter, content, sweepstakes. Don't use them, right? Especially in an organic setting. You could probably get away with some of these words if you're using a paid ad setting, because once you're paying to play, Facebook allows you a little bit more leniency. But if you're just trying to get engagement and using organic, you say these words and they will basically just knock your ranking and engagement down. Nada, as good as it gets, slash in half. Get this now, make every penny count. Like us, like this, comment, share, sign up, tag a friend. That's all calls to action. And when you have calls to action going on in your posts, it seems like it's less about engagement and more about selling. Know anyone who needs your thoughts. Bookmark for later, buy, discount, code, half off, $1 trial, sale, percentage off, markdown, fire sale. Grab it, get it, go get. Don't lose this. Score, gift, pick it up, hurry up. Don't do hurry up. Huge drop off. Most of all, have fun. Don't stress. Make this something fun to do. Try different things, read more, study more, have more fun with it. Now, the things you should say will make you the highest view and engaged saying by far on social media. I'll even add in how to or how we will discover. I've been using the word discover, right, instead of learn, because learn implies having to do work. Discover implies you don't necessarily have to do work. Learn about. This is a great tip that I believe works really good for anybody writing any type of content. You're writing any video scripts or anything for that matter, where you take inventory of how you're writing. So a lot of people will say, our program, we do this, we do that. No, change it to change your eyes, me, my, our to you, your, them, or their. So you put it back on them. You're speaking about their situation. You're speaking about their problems and their struggles rather than how awesome you are, right? That will help you connect with people a lot better. When doing X, how do you do Y? Ask a question. Use emojis, but don't overdo this. Emojis are very much like salt and pepper in your recipes, right? If you use too much salt and pepper, it will overpower everything and make it not taste good, but a little bit goes a long way. So use your emojis, especially ones that are not used that often. Space out your text sort of like this so people can read. I've gotten a lot of flack over the years about this from people who are copywriters, but everybody's doing it now. And the reason being is when you're scrolling and you're surfing online, people don't read, they surf, right? So if you can make your texts spaced out where people could read it better, you'll have a lot better time of people connecting with you and actually taking the time to read. Try to write with a cadence like this. Use long sentences to tell a specific detail about something with short ones, like I just did over the last 4 sentences. It's legible and allows the reader to read easier. If I read that back again as, say, a video script, right? Try to write with a cadence like this. Use long sentences to tell a specific detail about something with short ones, like I just did over the last 4 sentences. It's legible and allows the reader to read easier. Same thing with hearing or listening or viewing. It allows the viewer dissect what you're saying. It gives a rhythm and a cadence. It's very much like music, right? Music is not just about the notes you play. It's about the space in between the notes. So try to do that in your videos and in your marketing. You'll see a lot better connectivity with your audience and customers. Things not to do. Don't talk about yourself. This should be number one, right? Number one rule, don't sit and constantly talk about yourself. If you're at a party, no one wants to hear about yourself. And at the end of the day, no one cares. No one wants to hear you. It's good to tell backstory and personal stories, but don't brag. Don't hard sell. Those days are over. The consumer is smarter than ever. Instead, do exactly what I'm doing here. Give value. Don't be a jerk. Be nice to people. That's a given. This is the value your family taught you, I hope. Be likable. Don't do constant promotions. Don't post about promotions too much online, especially on social media. Use your accounts to sparingly focus 80% on connecting and 20% on sales. Now, I'll just say this as a caveat. If you're using paid ads, you can actually sell 100% of the times. And if you're using email marketing, you can start them like exactly how I said before, where you're telling a story and then you're segueing into your actual call to action. Some stats you need to know. By 2025, 76% of all content consumed on social media will be video. That's a huge amount. About 50% of viewers right now are watching on mobile. There's a finite amount of social media space for all markets on Facebook. Only engaging content gets shown. We scroll the length of the Statue of Liberty every day. The optimized watch time for a video is 3 seconds. Some stats you need to know about the top emotions that connect with people. Or is the top one: laughter, joy, and amusement. When making any of these videos, try to use these emotions. If you can mix them together, even better. In your videos, you want to entertain, educate, inspire, and tell stories. And if you can mix them together, even better. Some tactical things to know. 1, short videos work best. Keep them as short as you can and as long as you have to. Vertical videos are king now. Square videos are next. If you can't make them square, then put them in a square box and put titles on top and bottom, and the same thing goes for vertical. Keep ads under 1 minute for optimal viewership. 5, repurpose your content to vertical and square. Don't be afraid to reshare old content. Most people have not seen your stuff. When making videos, make sure you bring the main point of the video into the mix in the first 5 seconds. This is really key, right? A lot of people spend forever to get their point across, but if you look at stats and the drop-off rate, after about 5 seconds, there's a steep drop-off in terms of engagement and viewership. People start leaving after 5 seconds, so you have about 5 seconds to make your case. Use branding and logos at the end of your videos. So many people start their videos with their logos and branding. Nobody cares. Put it at the end of the thing. You have 5 seconds to make your case. Use flashy or jarring action footage to start your videos so it snaps people out of zombie Facebook feed scrolling. This is called a pattern interrupt. It's going to get people to notice your videos because most videos, especially in Facebook, are playing without sound. First couple of seconds, have something that's very whiz-bang, sexy, appealing, action-based, something that catches your eyes just to get the person to stop scrolling. Always use lead campaigns with lead forms in Meta Facebook. It will lower your ad costs. And that's a whole training for another day. But lead forms are a great way to get leads for your customers while staying on Facebook. Try using open targeting. Just set your address and 10 miles plus and let Facebook do the work. I will do an entire training on this. But those last 2 tips, always use lead campaigns with lead forms in Meta Facebook. It will lower your ad costs. And try using open targeting just to set your address. I'm going to literally do an hour-long training on this very soon because this is going to allow you to fire your ad guy or girl. We know at this point that 80% of your conversion has to do with your actual creative, right? And the answer to a lot of you is, hey, just make your own stuff. It's not easy. I've been doing this a long time. It's not easy to just make your own stuff, right? Most of the times you don't even know after you spend tons of time doing it if it's going to even work. And that's the reason why we created Dojo Muscle Up. And the 3.0 version is rolling out soon. Dojo Muscle Up essentially gives you all of the creative, all of the videos, the reels, the vertical videos, the square videos. We created these videos specifically to convert. So if you're running them as paid advertisement or you're running them as organic, or even if you're putting them on your website to just tell the story of why martial arts is so important and why it changes people from the inside out. It grows people from the inside out. It's the story that if people of the masses knew, there would be no brainer to sign up if you were in competition with soccer or baseball or any other activity that a kid might have, or even an adult, right? So that's what we set out to do 5 years ago at Dojo Muscle Up and at Dojo Muscle, and we've accomplished it. We've had hundreds of martial arts schools come through our program, and they work time and time again. I've seen other agencies use our videos, and I've seen them work better than pretty much anything that they can produce themselves, because most of the people in this industry are not videographers, they're not filmmakers, they're not designers, they're business owners and then decided to teach you their process. But most people in this industry have not test bedded their stuff against multiple industries, multiple mediums, multiple demographics all over the world. So that's why we created Dojo Muscle Up, so that you can use this content. You're not sitting around and trying to figure out all this stuff. And in our new 3.0, we're going to have coaching calls in it. It's $97 a month. You can cancel anytime. We have people in this program for 5 years now, and it is, I believe, one of the best, if not the best, content hub in the entire industry, because nobody else can actually create this level of marketing materials at this cost. They would have to charge you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, because we're a video production company and because we have all of the people, and I have a massive network of fighters and athletes all over this country. we are able to produce these at such a low cost. So if you're interested in that and you want to A/B test the stuff that you're doing, you want to run this stuff alongside it, or you just need more content and more creative, that's what this program does. I appreciate your time. Let me know if you've learned anything and you have any questions. We're always here and our doors are always open at Dojo Muscle. I hope you enjoyed this training. Hopefully, you use social media and paid ads to get leads and sales. Not all marketing and video are created equal. It's hard to figure out what works. I've been doing this for over a decade. It's a lot of mat time. Trying to figure out how to get leads, get more students online, make these videos on your own. It's actually stealing from your family life. Spending all this time trying to wing it, listening to gurus who never held a camera and have no honest answer for you besides telling you, well, you need your own authenticity and branding. Of course you do, if you can afford it. Good custom marketing is not cheap, and we can help you when the time is right. I don't want to make content constantly. I want to place $1 down and get 2, 10, or 100 back. It goes to work immediately. I've honed our process over the years of doing it, running my own ads, and playing with my own money. Then testing them on VIP clients, and finally deploying them for all customers. Our ads and video get a higher conversion rate and lower costs, and it takes you 0 time to deploy them. It would help if you had a great coach, someone doing online business and videos longer than everyone else. Trying to create marketing, media, copy, and video is a full-time job, especially marketing that actually gets you real results. That's why we created Dojo Muscle Up, and our new 3.0 version with Freedom Scope is rolling out soon. In it, you take back your time and freedom. You let us do the heavy lifting. In the program, you will get videos, reels, print, training, courses, coaching, and community, and more for a cup of Starbucks a day. You will shave hours off your day and spend more time with your family than trying to be a movie producer or a full-time marketer. If that interests you, click or tap the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.